Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. And in today's episode, we're going to be making some changes to this room. A lot of you commented and said that this was too big, and that it was too enclosed, and you really didn't like this forge thing in the middle. And you know, honestly, I kind of agree with you. I'm not really it's okay, but we can do better. We can do a way better centerpiece than what we have here. So that's kind of the first thing that I want to do in this episode. I still like certain aspects about this room, like the lava down here kind of flowing in and some of that kind of stuff. But I think this bit up here, this thing needs to go, and we need to put something else. Now, I would love to put like a statue here. I think that would feel very, very dwarven and very cool indeed. Unfortunately, the room is an odd number, and for the scale of the statue that we need, I think we'd really kind of need an even number. So yeah, there is that. But we'll figure something out. Maybe we can do, maybe not like a statue of like a person, but a statue perhaps of like a sculpture of a sword or a hammer or something else that's very dwarven feeling. We'll figure something out. But I also wanted to talk a little bit. I wanted to apologize for the last episode, because last episode, somehow my audio got really messed up partway through the episode. I don't know what happened. I think it was, and it was in the original recorded file. So it wasn't something I did in editing. It wasn't something that happened, from uploading. It was just something got messed up somewhere along the way, and I have no idea how it happened. But it hasn't happened in any of the stuff that I've recorded since. So I don't know. Maybe my theory is that something was like physically touching my microphone cable, and I didn't realize it, because I'm using an XLR microphone, which is one that actually plugs in. It's not a USB. So I was thinking maybe that could have done it, and it was like pulling it and causing that static sound. I don't know. Either way, it seems to be better now, so sorry about that. But we're here today. This I'm not going to work on right now. I just wanted to tear it all down and let you know that I'm going to be doing something else. You can see I've kind of started a little bit of a mine going off in this direction. And we'll do the same in these other tunnels as well. These are going to be the actual mines that we actually mine for our base. But in today's episode, what we are going to build, I'm going to blow all of your minds. I am going to prove to you that I am a master redstoner. Oh, I bet you didn't even know. You didn't even know that good old Welsknight is actually a master of all things redstone. I am going to build the greatest sugarcane, pumpkin, and melon farm that you've ever seen. So let me get some stuff together, and I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back, and I've got a little bit of a room laid out here. Now, obviously, it's not much to look at the moment. Don't worry. We will clean it up, and it will look beautiful after we, get all the stuff in place to make the best sugarcane and pumpkin and melon farm ever made. After we put all that stuff in place, we'll go ahead and we'll dress it up a bit. But I'm thinking we need to kind of figure out how we're going to lay out a couple things. And each little section of our amazingly, incredibly awesome farm, I think, is going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this got messed up somehow. That's okay. This pillar needs to come one this way. So each little section of the farm, as I said, will be 8 blocks. Right? This is 8 as well. 4. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Good. So we'll have 8s like... Oop, messing up again. Here we go. And then what we'll do is the first 2, I think, will be sugarcane. And then one side over here will be pumpkins, one side will be melons. Because sugarcane, you need quite a bit of sugarcane to make a bookshelf. Whereas pumpkins and melons, I don't really use them a whole lot. The melons I really won't use for anything other than maybe occasionally brewing a potion or something. But the pumpkins I might use for lighting in some spots. We'll have to see. It'll all depend. So let's just kind of get rid of these sections here. There we go. That should be good. And then we also need these ones here in front to go too, because this is going to be water streams that will take our stuff to a collection point of some sort, because that's how master redstoners do, right? That's how it works. Collection points and hoppers and technical things. Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. Okay. There we go. And then we just need to figure out where we're going to put all of our dirt and sand. And yes, I know that sugarcane grows equally quick on dirt and sand, but I think I'm going to go with the sand because I think it just looks a little bit nicer. It'll give us a little bit of variation. So we'll do sand like that. And then the dirt is actually, I might have to actually bump these back a little bit, because the dirt, let's see, pumpkins would grow here. Yeah, the dirt actually needs to go back here, because it will grow to here, and then, right? Yes, it will grow to here, and then end up in the water stream here. And the same would go for the pumpkins and the melons. Obviously, they have the same growth mechanics, so we'll do the same, like so. Okay, so that is good. Now, I need an infinite water source. So let's just do something like this. And I'll get rid of that infinite water source in a second. Okay, yes, good. Ooh, actually, these ones, we'll hold off on those for now, because we're going to have to do some stuff here. So, yeah, okay. We can, however, put dirt down here, because if I remember correctly, they need dirt to actually grow on. So, come to think of it, we could still put our water in there. Okay, so that works. Now, next step, pistons and things. I should have everything I need to make a whole bunch of pistons, so that's what I'm going to do. And we could very easily go sticky pistons. Maybe that's what we'll do. Oh, I actually already have some made. Anyway, do that. Do that. I need birch. Birch is great for making pistons. There we go. Wait, what? There. Haha, got it. Okay, and then I need some cobble as well. So, 1, 2, 3. And that should allow me to make all the pistons I will need, and then some, maybe, actually, maybe not. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually need more than this. I guess we'll find out. I guess we will find out. There we go. Pistons galore. And, just because this will allow us to make it look prettier, let's go ahead and make sticky pistons out of those. Like so. There we go. And then we can put blocks in front of them, which I think will just look better overall, rather than having the pistons. Aha! I see you, skeleton. No. No. There we go. All right. So, sticky pistons, as I said, first and foremost, we actually, yeah, you know what? I was incorrect. I do actually need these water sources to not be here right now, because the goal is going to be to push these, the pumpkins will grow to here, then they'll be pushed up. So, I'm going to do some work on the room, guys. I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. So, I've got all the pistons in place. And I even got really fancy and put packed ice down here so that when the water flows, it will make the items go faster. See? Much, much quicker than it would be otherwise. Because, Redstone Master, what can I say? Excuse me. So I think the next step is to pretty much wire up all of these things. So that is going to take a little while. I'm going to have to dig out some tunnels and stuff to do all the redstone wiring. And we want to make sure that all the redstone wiring is hidden as well, because I'm not one for exposed redstone. I think it's very, very important that when you're doing things like this to build aesthetically and to hide all of the redstone, especially when it's not going to be the best looking redstone in the world. So that is what I'm going to work on now. I'm just going to kind of put that here so I can get kind of an idea. And yeah, so let me get to work on that, guys. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and check out how masterfully I craft redstone repeaters. So, the wiring is pretty much done for the sugarcane. All I need to do, is put in a repeater there, and put in a repeater over here to extend the signal. There we go. And then just let's test it out. All extended. And this one, all extended. Beautiful. Look at that. This one, on the other hand, this is going to be a little bit trickier because we need the bottom pistons to fire first and the top pistons to fire after that. So, yeah, that's going to be a little bit more challenging. I'm thinking what we will do, maybe we put our outputs over here instead. Yeah, I like that idea. So the output will go back like here, because we still want to hide all this. We want this to be invisible, although ultimately this is going to be walled in. So we could put this stuff here. This would be fine. Okay, so let's see. We got our pistons here. So let's go ahead and just kind of hollow this out. There's the last piston. I just want to kind of expose all this so we can see what we're working with. And we'll do the same back here as well. And then what we're going to have to find a way to do is split the signal without and add delay to the one on the bottom. See how technical I'm talking? It's my mastery of all things redstone. Yes. Okay. So what we could probably do, let's see, if we put, ran out of blocks. Try again. We could do this. And then this would be our redstone here, right? And this is not a piston? No, that's not a piston. Okay, good. So we run our dust along there so that these all fire. But we could add delay. Let's see. We also need to get down here as well. Let's see. The pistons are under this little section. Right. We'll see pistons here. Yeah. Okay. Let's just... torch. And I'm pretty sure that if I put redstone underneath these guys, like so. No? No. No, I totally knew that was not going to work. Just so you know, I was completely and totally aware that was not going to work. Yep. Truth. Okay. So let's try this. I also knew that that wasn't going to work too. Because I can't power it from over here. I can't put the... What's the best way to do that? I suppose we could do... Well, no, torches wouldn't work either. Although, here's a thought. Would it work if I did... Let's put a regular torch down there. No. That works. That works. That's just getting complicated, though. Like, that's just way, way too complicated. You know, maybe what we'll do is we'll just run repeaters into these guys. That might work. Just because we're working in a very limited space. I think that's what we'll do. Torch. There we go. We'll just run some repeaters into them. And that should be fine. So we'd have repeaters going like that. I'm going to have to make 16 repeaters then. Well, actually more than that, because I'm going to need some to add delay to the top row as well. So let me get that done. I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. I've got all the repeaters made, and I think we're ready to wire this thing up. So, first and foremost, down here, we're going to put all of those guys in. And then let's just grab some cobble. And I need to make sure that I wire this up as I go. There we go. Put a regular torch here. Actually, not there. Put a regular torch here. And that should work. And we said our output is going to be this block. So let's just bring this up. We may have to... No, we can just do this. This will work. We'll just bring it up here. And there. Okay. So that is connected up, but we also need this to go to this top row up here as well. So let's just do something like this so we can kind of get around here. And we need to add a bunch of delay. So let's do this. In fact, I've changed my mind about one thing. I'm going to wire this like so that that goes in. That's all good. And then here, we'll add a bunch of delay. Or at least as much as we can. There's not really room to add more delay up there, is there? We may have to wrap this a bit more. Let's find out. If I put a torch here... Oh, that'll totally work. Yeah, that's totally enough delay. Okay, awesome. I didn't think it would be, but it'll do. Okay, so let me wire that up exactly the same on the other side, and I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back. So we've got all the stuff wired up. It's all good to go. At this point, I just need to worry about the collection system a little bit. And I think the way we're going to do that is pretty simple. We're just going to use a hopper going into the wall like that. And we'll do the same right here and right here. And that way, when we put in our water sources, it will all pretty much flow to the same spot. And then we'll have our chest here. Now, how we're going to access the chest, that is something we'll work on. There we go. Chest. Grab the cobble. For now, let's actually do something like that. And then we already said... Ooh, I just realized that's going to mess things up here, because these are both flowing. This is going to be a source block. Yeah, so these will have to go on the other side. Yep. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. We'll make it work. You go here. So then right here... Oh no, then that will expose the redstone. Well, maybe not. Maybe we can still kind of work around that. Chest. Hopper. Hopper. If we do something like that, I can still get to this chest, right? Yes. Okay, so I think we're fine. And then we'll have a water source here and here. That will flow all the way to the hopper. Yeah, that should work. Okay, so let me get the water sources in. Let me get this stuff planted, and I'll come back to you in just a second. All right, guys, I am back, and all we're going to do is finish planting the very last of this stuff. And then the farm... Well, I shouldn't say the whole farm, but the functional portion of the farm, at least, is basically done. And then next episode, we'll probably decorate it and make it look pretty. That's going to drive me crazy. The fact that you can see those from back there? I don't know. We may have to change that up a bit. We may have to change that. But we can bone meal these in the meantime. Like so. Bone meal. Do the thing. There we go. Get this stuff growing. And you. And you. There we go. And then finally... do I have any glowstone over here? We should find out. I don't know that I do. Oh, I do, actually. Sweet! And I have plenty of it. More than I need, in fact. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is for lighting here, I'm going to put this glowstone right here above the melons and stuff, right? So what's going to happen, and I need to make 4 buttons anyway. So when you press this, this will come up. This will push over and then come down. And it should end up in the chest, just like that. Like so. We will have, actually, let's put these buttons here and here instead. Because I think we're going to have like a glass wall right here, just to make sure that nothing can go up against this. So we'll probably have a glass wall of some sort right here. And then we'll have a button here and here. Just kidding. I meant to say here. Haha! Look at that. Look at my master redstone skills. I made it do a thing. I'm so happy with myself. Do we want to do redstone here? Or glowstone here? I think we maybe do. I think... Because then the glowstone obviously provides lighting for the sugarcane. So it can grow. And then we won't have to worry about any other sources of lighting back there. So maybe we'll do that. Aha! I was going to say, I know I have more glowstone than that. And we don't really need to worry about lighting up these individual sections anymore either. Because right now there's some torches and things, but those are definitely going to be going away. Those are temporary only. There we go. As is all the cobblestone and the ugliness of the room. Don't worry, we'll make it look pretty. Does this side work? Oh, it totally does, except this one didn't fire. Why did... I may have missed one... No? Those should work. Unless there's a... I wonder if my signal isn't reaching. That might be what it is. Let's take a peek. Let's see if we can sort this out. We will troubleshoot the redstone. We'll do it live. Let's see if I can figure this out on my own. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Aha, that is the problem. That is indeed the problem. Okay. Well, that should actually be a relatively easy fix. I think all I have to do is something like that, just so we can extend the signal a bit. Let's actually leave a torch right there. That should be fine. And then back here, I'm just going to put this stuff. And that should keep any of this from being a spawnable area, I think. And now it works. And that one almost does too, but we have to do the same thing. Okay, so down here, like that, and a repeater right there. It totally works! We made it do a thing! We did a redstone thing! We are masters of all things redstone. I am so proud of me right now, you don't even know. Look at that! I'm coming for you, Cub fan. Man, soon I will be the greatest of all redstoners in the history of ever. No, in all seriousness, that will probably never happen, but I am very proud of myself for this actually working the way that I want it to work. Pretty cool. But guys, I am out of time for this episode, unfortunately. Next episode, I think we'll finish this up and make it look a lot nicer than it does right now, because right now it looks kind of garbage. But it works, and that's the important thing. So guys, if you enjoyed this little redstone video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.